Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. So today, first of all, would like to welcome all the wonderful devotees to the blissful evening. Today we are going to discuss about Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 shloka number 4. So please recite after me. Arjuna uvacha Katham bhishmam aham sankhye Dronam cha madhusudana Ishubhi pratiyotsyami Pujarha varisudana. Arjuna uvacha Katham bhishma aham sankhye Dronam cha madhusudana Ishubhi pratisyotyatmi Prajarha varisudana. Katham bhishmam aham sankhye Dronam cha madhusudana Ishubhi pratiyotsyami Pujarha varisudana. Arjuna Katham bhishmam aham sankhye Dronam cha madhusudana Ishubhi pratiyotsyami Pujarha varisudana. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna said, Katham, how, Bhishmam, Bhishma, Aham, I, Sankhya, in the fight, Dronam, Drona, Cha, also, Madhusudana, O killer of Madhu, Ishubhi, with arrows, Patiyotsyami, shall counter attack, Puja Arahau, those who are worshipable, Arisudana, O killer of enemies. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counter attack with arrows in battlemen like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? Purport. So here, if you see in previous shloka, before we start, Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuyebhyacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Pranam Sankirtan ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavavrinda ki jai Hare Krishna. So this is a very, very important shloka once again, wherein Arjuna actually is questioning back to Krishna. He is questioning back to Krishna and he is making some valid points. So the previous shloka actually, where Arjuna was chastised by Krishna, he was chastised by Krishna, wherein Krishna was saying, Arjuna, why you have become so weak? Why your thinking has taken some toss? You have become like Mudha. Do not be weak. Krishna is saying in purport that such an attitude in Arjuna does not fit his personality. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of magnanimous attitude of the personality like Bhishma and Drona. But Krishna considered that sort of magnanimity mere weakness of heart. So it's a very interesting statement that Arjuna is saying that fighting with Drona and Bhishma, not worth. And Krishna is contradicting, saying that it's your weakness of heart, Arjuna. And we will see more deep into it, what Srila Prabhupada talks about. So, therefore, such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direct guidance of Krishna. Okay. So, based on this statement which Krishna gave that Arjuna, you are weak. So, Arjuna in Shloka 2.4 accepted his weakness. He said, okay Lord Krishna, ठीक है, मैं weak हूँ. I am weak, but I have some queries. Now, the sign of a good disciple is that he should be inquisitive. He should not be sentimental. Because somebody said so, hence I have to just blindly follow. Arjuna wanted to be very clear in terms of how he wanted to see things. He questioned Krishna, saying that, okay, I understand my weakness, but the important question I have, Krishna, in mind is that how can I kill my Guru? Guru Hatya. है ना? That too Drona and Bhishma. They are my Gurus. And you are asking me to kill them? How can I kill them? They are not ordinary Gurus. Let's talk about Bhishma. He was one of the Mahajanas. Right? And Bhishma was Kshatriya. And what kind of sacrifice he had done in his life? For his father Shantanu, just to satisfy his senses based on father's instruction, he took the vow that he will never ever get married in his life. Now, for brahmacharis it's okay, for Kshatriya it is not. And Bhishma took that pratigya. On top of that, he stood like a servant to the Singhasana of Hastinapur. So much of sacrifice he had done. He was somebody, he was a role model for all the Kauravas and Pandavas. And with that kind of resume, right, telling me as Arjuna that I have to kill him, Bhishma Pitama, doesn't make sense. Dronacharya. Dronacharya was not like Duryodhan. He was a great personality. Now, one of the traits of Dronacharya, remember that Drupad had taken a vow that Dronacharya will be killed, and for that his son was born called Dhristadyumna. So, Dronacharya knew that Dhristadyumna is going to kill me. And when Dhristadyumna came and wanted to learn about the tactics of using weapons and armory and everything, Dronacharya very well knew that if I teach him, that could be used against me. But he went and taught him everything. Now, who will do that in today's time? अगर मुझे पता हो कि आप मेरी मृत्यु के कारण हैं और मैं आपको बताऊं कि मृत्यु के लिए क्या क्या वेपन्स का प्रयोग करना है, I'll teach you. Doesn't make sense in Kali Yuga. Who will do that? Dronacharya did that. So he was the great personality. Now Arjuna is saying to Krishna that how can I kill these great personalities? Doesn't make sense. Now actually sitting here, all of us can think this way also that एक तो आजकल की दुनिया में अच्छे आदमी मिलने मुश्किल हैं, ये इतने महापुरुष हैं और मेरे हाथों से हत्या, even chastising them is sin, killing impossible. Valid points Arjuna was making. Now just little bit of digression here. Krishna is being quoted here as Madhusudana, that is killer of demon Madhu, and he is also quoted in the shloka as Arisudana, that is killer of all the enemies. Now Krishna has many enemies out here. Enemies भरे हुए हैं कृष्णा के. Why? Because this material world is full of jealousy. जो आपके पास हो मेरे पास क्यों नहीं, मेरे पास भी होना चाहिए. It's like a default behavior. Jealousy is like a default behavior. All the materialists have it, and those who have it, they are called demons. Demons doesn't mean that only दांत निकले होने चाहिए, सिंग निकले होने चाहिए. That is demons जो हम लोग कॉमिक बुक में पढ़ते थे. That is not demon. Demon is actually anything which is against Krishna. They are demons. That means all are demons in this material world right now. Yeah, we are. So Srila Prabhupada was giving one pastime. He said that somebody came to him and argued with him that why Krishna should be accepted as God. So Prabhupada is saying that he was also enemy of Krishna because he was going against Krishna. He was questioning the sanctity of Krishna himself as a God. So everyone in this material world is enemy of Krishna because they want to be competitor of Krishna. How they can be competitor of Krishna? Kaha? Six opulence, मैं kaha? They are competitor of Krishna, Prabhupada says. And how is that? Krishna is the greatest enjoyer, but in the competition we want to enjoy. हो गया ना competitor. And then we become, if we are competitors, then we are enemies as well of Krishna. So, but Veda confirms that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Right? Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. ईशावास्यम जगत सर्वम. Krishna is the proprietor of everything in this world. सब कुछ कृष्ण का है, हमारा कुछ भी नहीं. We are here to serve. But here we think, some of us, why Krishna should be God? I am God. I am God. And the famous thing Prabhupada says is, भगवान है तो एक कानी उंगली पे गोवर्धन उठा के दिखा दीजिए, तो भगवान आपको मान लेंगे. That is also not possible. But all of us claim that we are God. Why Krishna should be the proprietor? I am the proprietor. ये मेरा घर है, ये मेरा जमीन है, ये मेरे बच्चे हैं, ये मेरा बनाया हुआ है. This is mine created property. So I am the proprietor of it. If that is the case, that so much of mehnat and labor we do, can we take this to the next birth? Famously, we know something called art of living. Do we know art of dying? We have grand plan for living, that how we should be putting our education for kids, how they should get married, how we should save money for our disease and all. Do we have a plan when we die, then what we have to do with this property? No. And then we say we are the proprietor. So we are mudhas. If we think that way, that we are the proprietor, not Krishna, then we are mudhas. Krishna, Prabhupada says, he has come here for two purposes. Paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya chaduskitam. So one is to kill the miscreants. Other is to protect the devotees. You know? And so Arjun is making a very important point here. He says, okay, I get it, that you have killed demons. आप मुझे demons मारने को बोलिए, मैं मारूंगा. But have you killed your Nana Ugrasen? Have you killed your Guru Sandip Muni? आपने तो किया नहीं. Why should I do? Why should I go through it? Another pertinent point. So everything is making sense, right? He is asking some good questions to Krishna. See, Arjuna is actually symbolic. He is a pure devotee. But वो अंदर से बहुत विचलित हैं. और हम सब विचलित हैं. See, Arjun is somebody, he's a devotee who's called Gudakesha, जिनकी निद्रा पे कंट्रोल हो, है ना? निद्रा पे कंट्रोल हो. हम लोग की कितनी निद्रा पे कंट्रोल रहती है? हम सब उनके गुलाम हैं. लेकिन अर्जुन का निद्रा पे कंट्रोल था. How was that? There was one pastime where in Dwarka Arjun was in Kaksh sleeping, one of the rooms, and Krishna wanted to meet Arjuna. So Satyabhama said, Krishna's wife, queen, that I will go and get Arjuna. That's okay. I'll tell him that you want to see him. So Krishna said, okay, fine, go, get Arjun. So she went to Arjun's room, didn't turn back. Krishna waited, didn't come back. Then Narad Muni was there, also standing. Narad Muni is omnipresent everywhere. So he also said, okay, fine, let me go and check what happened. So he also went, didn't come back. What happened? So then Krishna went to check. And what he saw was that Arjuna was sleeping and in Nidra he was doing Kirtan of Krishna. है ना? भगवान का कीर्तन निद्रा में कर रहे थे, गुड़ाकेशा. And Satyabhama and Narad Muni were also doing Kirtan with him. Hari Bol. So, such was the mood of Arjun, and that Arjun became weak. So, Krishna was saying, how come you can be weak? आप ऐसे कैसे हो सकते हो? You have to look beyond this body. So, जब हम विचलित होते हैं, when we are restless inside our heart, in our mind, then we are in catch-22 situation in this world, right? All of us face that like Arjuna. क्या करें? करें कि नहीं करें? छोड़ें कि नहीं छोड़ें? Should I get fully into bhakti? Should I have one leg in the property and one leg in the bhakti? ऐसे कैसे? If I do everything in bhakti, then ये छूट जाएगा. Then I'll be insecure. I don't know what will happen. If I do fully material thing, then bhakti भी छूट जाएगी. So let's balance. है ना? ये इस तरह का कंफ्यूजन हम सबका है अर्जुन की तरह, कि हम कृष्णा का एसोसिएशन तो चाहते हैं, लेकिन मैं लड़ना नहीं चाहता, है ना? अपना चॉइस है कि मुझे ये करना है, लेकिन मेरे मेनू कार्ड्स हैं, इसमें से मैं ये करूंगा क्योंकि ये मेरे को सूट कर रहा है. ये मैंने कि मेरे दादाजी और मैं अपने नाना जी को नहीं मार सकता, लेकिन मैं ये वाला मेनू पकड़ूंगा जहां मुझे कृष्ण का एसोसिएशन चाहिए. तो अर्जुन अपने अनुसार ही इज चूजिंग दैट व्हाट टू टेक, व्हाट नॉट टू टेक. एंड वी ऑल्सो डू द सेम इन दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. When everything is going great, when everything is going smooth, sunny, we don't even look at God. एक कोरोना आ जाता है ना, जॉब छूटने लगता है, और जब चीजें हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं होती, सडनली वी टर्न टुवर्ड्स गॉड, भगवान बचाइए। ऑफ कोर्स भगवान तो बैठे ही हुए हैं, है ना। देयर इज अ ब्यूटीफुल point which one of the senior Vaishnavas mentioned, that most of us keep constantly asking God, मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे वो चाहिए. We don't think in terms of what God needs from us. It's like kids demanding from parents, आज मुझे ये टॉय चाहिए, कल मुझे ये कपड़ा चाहिए, मुझे प्रसादम में ये चाहिए, हलवा चाहिए. बट किड्स नेवर चेक ऑन पेरेंट्स कि आपकी तबीयत कैसी है. सम ऑफ रेयर किड्स डू, बट दे कीप डिमांडिंग. सो वी आर ऑल्सो लाइक दैट टुवर्ड्स गॉड. वी कीप डिमांडिंग. आवर मेनू कार्ड इज बिग, बट वी नेवर आस्क गॉड दैट व्हाट ही वांट्स. सो हियर अर्जुना वाज आल्सो आस्किंग, एंड दैट्स वेयर Krishna has answer for Arjuna. So, Prabhupada says that as far as killing Guru is concerned, now this is heavy. He says for Krishna's sake, if there is a need, then we have to kill our Guru also. If Krishna wants that we should kill the Guru, then we have to do it. That is Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. Of course, Krishna will not ask us to kill Guru, because Guru and Krishna are same. Guru, Krishna, Kripa. But here when Krishna mentions that we have to kill Guru, he is pointing to false Gurus, hypocrites. है ना? They are the most dangerous of the lot, because they are leading the society. They are not following somebody, they are leading, and they have several followers. And so-called concocted gurus who say that I am God, buck stops with me, यहीं से शुरू होता है, मुझसे ही खत्म होता है, I am everything. They are the most dangerous of the lot. And we have to reject them. Or in Krishna's language, if you are Kshatriya, kill them. Right? Srila Prabhupada is a great example. Why after Srila Prabhupada left the material world in 1977, today is 2022, 50 years plus, his remembrance has gone multifold. ऐसा होता नहीं है. So called gurus जब जाते हैं तो उनके साथ यादें भी चली जाती हैं. And things starts falling down. But with Srila Prabhupada it didn't happen. And one of the biggest learning we should have from Srila Prabhupada is that Srila Prabhupada never kept himself in the center. Bhagwan DT center में थे, he was always in the, he always said I am servant of the servant of the servant, Dasoshmi. He was so humble. And that should be the mood of the Guru. And the mood of the disciple should be to surrender to Guru. It's a beautiful relation. Guru says, I am nothing. I am servant of the servant of the servant. And disciple should say, Guru and God is the same. And I have to surrender to Guru. And via Guru only we can achieve the lotus feet of the God. Such should be the mood. So Guru ka darja sarvopari. Coming back to Drona and Bhishma as Guru. One important example to take from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, is of Prahlad Maharaj. Again, Prahlad Maharaj was standing and Narsingadev was killing Hiranyakashipu. All of us know this pastime. है ना? मैं एज अ पुत्र खड़ा हूं और मेरे पिता की हत्या की जा रही है. And father is supposed to be the Guru. Father is supposed to be the ultimate Guru because he keeps teaching his son. So he is the Guru as well. Then how come Prahlad Maharaj allowed Narsingadev to kill his Guru? Point, right, Prabhuji? How come he allowed to kill his guru? Now, all of us know about Hiranyakashipu, his biodata. It was quite heavy. Now, question is, would we like our father to be killed when we are standing there? Will we not protest? Isn't that our duty? Natural answer is yes. And Srila Prabhupada also says, when our father is attacked, we must protest. खड़े होके नहीं बोलते प्लीज आइए, most welcome. It is our duty and we should be ready to even lay down our life for it. It's valid. But Prahlad Maharaj did not protest, interestingly. He did not protest because he could have requested and said, my dear Lord, please excuse my father. है ना? But he didn't do that because the reason was simple. Bhagavad Gita. The body of his father had committed so much of sin. Prahlad Maharaj, according to Prahlad Maharaj, the body of Hiranyakashipu was not his father. The soul was his father. So it was okay that that body gets killed, which had committed so much sin. And he also wanted Lord Nrsimhadev to be satisfied, because Lord Nrsimhadev, he wanted to do that, so he should do that. And Prahlad Maharaj wanted Lord Nrsimhadev to be satisfied. And he very well knew that the body is not my father. Now this is a big learning for us. Sometimes we are stuck with this body. है ना? While we go through shlokas, we try to remember the philosophy, but एक हल्की सी भी चोट लगती है शरीर पे, सोल को भूल जाते हैं. We start pampering this body. So that's where our test of sadhana is there. When the moment of madness comes, when the moment of distress comes, are we thinking of body? Are we thinking of soul? And this is the struggle we go through our entire life. It's not like just हमने गीता पढ़ ली and now I know that okay, what is soul, what is a body, aham brahmasmi. Clarity is there. Now to Prabhuji, I am soul. I got it. I am soul. और अगले ही पल आप एक सीढ़ी से नीचे गए, हरे कृष्णा, भगवान को याद किया लेकिन बॉडी का भी कोई सर्व करने लगे सोल की जगह पे. So it takes ounce of blood, gallons of blood to invest ourselves in bhakti and to scale up beyond body. Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee. He was clear. अभी भी हम लोग मन में सोच रहे होंगे, हाँ पिता की हत्या हो रही है, कैसे खड़े थे, बचाना चाहिए था, कुछ तो बोलना चाहिए था, इस बार माफ कर दीजिए नरसिंह, अगली बार से मेरे पिताजी नहीं करेंगे. हमारा इंस्टेंट रिएक्शन दैट वे होता है. लेकिन प्रहलाद महाराज वेरी क्लियरली न्यू इट्स अ बॉडी विच हैज कमिटेड द सिन. इट हैज टू बी टेकन केयर ऑफ. सोल इज समथिंग विच इज माई फादर and he has benedictions to ask. He will ask at the soul level which will come. So Nrsimhadev, looking at Prahlad Maharaj's mood, he offered benedictions. He asked, bolo kya chahiye? Now again look at Prahlad Maharaj intelligence, small kid. हमको बोलेंगे क्या चाहिए तो हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? सबसे पहले तो नरसिंहदेव को देखते ही पता नहीं क्या होगा, हरे कृष्णा. But if we want कि हमें कुछ चाहिए भगवान से तो हम क्या मांगेंगे? झूठ नहीं बोलना. इंस्टेंट रिएक्शन भी सबसे पहले तो भक्ति के साथ परिवार का बैलेंस, बैंक बैलेंस, शरीर, ये सब इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हेल्दी रहना ताकि मैं भक्ति कर सकूं, है ना. वी विल नॉट टोटली सरेंडर. बट प्रहलाद महाराज, व्हेन ही वाज आस्क्ड फॉर बेनिडिक्शन, ही सेड, माय लॉर्ड, वी आर मटेरियलिस्ट. I am born of my father, who was absolute materialist. And he got so much of benediction कि Indra, Chandra and Varuna, once he showed his red eyes to them and they used to shiver. Such was the impact of Hiranyakashipu. And what happened? With so much of power and all, Lord, you came in one blink of eye, killed him. I don't want those kind of benedictions which will puff me up. And what is the use? In the whimper, in the blink of eye, you can take that away from me. So I don't want that kind of a benediction. Thank you. So, but Prahlad Maharaj said that if you have to give me benediction, then what benediction is that? Now this is smart. And all of us as a devotee, we should understand and hear this. Please allow me to serve the servant of the servant of the servant, Lord. He didn't say, allow me to serve you, Lord. He said, allow me to serve the servant of the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj ka mood is amazing. Literally, he asked that, इस दुनिया में महाराज जितने भी दुखियारे हैं, जितने भी सोल्स हैं, उन सबको बैक टू गॉडहेड ले जाइए. ये मेरा, this is my ask. Now look at the mood of devotee. That whenever some opportunity of ask comes, the learning for all of us should be that we should always think of other devotees. हमें अपने बारे में नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि तिरुपति में गोविंदा का अभी तक दर्शन नहीं हुआ, भगवान जी करा दीजिए. That is bhakti. When we go to Vrindavan, when we go to Mayapur, when we go to Jagannath Puri, when we go there and when we stand in front of deities or dham, our sadhana is tested in terms of how much we are remembering our devotees. We should have the list of devotees in our mind for whom we should pray. For example, they are hankering for initiation from acharyas. We should pray for them. For example, we should pray for them to go back to Godhead. And mood should be such कि मैं उन्हीं के बारे में सोचूं, उन्हीं के बारे में बोलूं, उन्हीं के बारे में उन्हीं को लेके सर्व करूं. And when we do that, अपनी नैया अपने आप ही निकल जाती है. But never ever we should intend to serve ourselves. It's a very high-end thought process. And it is very difficult to do that even as a practicing devotee. Because this material world, the Maya Devi is so powerful that padam padam vipadam, every step we have obstacles. Maya Devi doesn't allow us to think beyond that. हम लोग अपने दुख में, अपनी विपदाओं में फंसे रहते हैं. You can test yourself when you are riding car, scooter, you are walking, you are going to school, you are coming to office, you are talking to family. कुछ ना कुछ फंसा रहता है दिमाग में. It doesn't allow us to move beyond that. But the beauty of bhakti which Srila Prabhupada has given to us is that he has made the process so simple that we have an opportunity to go beyond that. Mantra hai. It's repetitive, but it's always fresh when we talk about this. हम लोग क्या ज़्यादा फंसे हुए हैं विदेश में जो लोग हैं उनसे? They were into so much of bad habits, and how come they became pure devotee? In the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. We are into this world of getting the objective evidence. Evidence मिलेगा तभी prove होगा, तभी मैं समझूंगा, तभी मैं विश्वास करूंगा, तभी मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा. What better evidence than those thousands and thousands of devotees? The hippies which became happies. So evidence भी है, शास्त्र भी है. The Krishna through Bhagavad Gita is also speaking. Evidence through Srila Prabhupada also we have got. We have got all the proof, and still we doubt, still we question. Such is the effect of Kali Yuga. And by the way, we are actually fortunate to be in the Satyuga part of Kali Yuga. When we say Satyuga part of Kali Yuga, that means कि 10,000 साल के बाद ये सब खत्म हो जाएगा. मंदिर, परंपरा, devotees का संग, it will be in shambles. So this 10,000 year or 9,500 year now, 500 years gone by the way, this remaining year is an opportunity that in the human form हम लोग जितना हो सके अपना बोरिया बिस्तर बांधे और यहाँ से निकलें. If we are waiting to come back again in some mother's womb, I don't know in which species of 84 lakh species, that's also a question. But since we have chanted, so high chances are there that we will come in human form in some Brahmana family or in some aristocratic family where we can do sadhana. But all of us saw na in 2 years, last 2 years, एक दूसरे से मिलने के लिए भी कितने तड़प रहे थे because of corona. My previous generation, my parents who are not there, they never saw this kind of a thing. Like 2-3 years के लिए हम लोग बंद हो जाएंगे बच्चों के साथ रूम में. What kind of crisis was that? And if you think further in next 50 years, 100 years, 500 years, do you think things will improve? It will become bad to worse. Our bhakti will be challenged more and more and more and more. If you think that this is a problem, then we don't know that what problem we will land in after 500 years. So opportunity to wear this human form of cloth, better utilize this to the fullest and get out of this cycle of birth and death. And Prabhupada was told, right, this famous video, how much time, Prabhupada, it will take to come out of this cycle of birth? I mean, he said 1 minute. 1 minute. With super confidence. मतलब प्रभुपाद के मर्सी से fraction of second, 1 minute में हम यहाँ से वहाँ जा सकते हैं. Such is the effect. So, coming back, the benediction which Prahlad Maharaj was asking was that I want to serve the servant of the Lord. So after Narsingadev got pacified by Prahlad Maharaj, he asked for another benediction. Now what was that benediction? Now this is another hallmark of a pure devotee. He asked that please liberate my father. Liberate my father. वही फादर उनको पहाड़ से गिराए, वही फादर उनको हाथी के पैरों तले कुचलने की कोशिश किए, वही फादर उनको होलिका अपनी बहन के थ्रू जलाने की कोशिश किए, वही फादर उनको सांप के समूह के बीच डाल दिए. If my father is doing that and we ask for liberation, माइंड में यही आएगा कि मी, वाई मी, माई फादर इज द बिगेस्ट एनिमी ऑफ ऑल, दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग, वाई लॉर्ड मी, वाई इट हैपेंड टू मी. बट लुक एट प्योर डिवोटीज मूड, द क्लैरिटी इज देयर दैट वी आर सोल. एंड एवरी अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रहलाद महाराज वॉज गेटिंग टू सीक टू गेट बेनेडिक्शन फ्रॉम लॉर्ड, ही वॉज आस्किंग फॉर अदर्स एंड नॉट बेटर देन हिज फादर हिमसेल्फ हु वॉज ट्राइंग टू किल हिम. What is a learning for us? Learning for us is, of course, these pastimes we cannot imitate, but the learning is that even if somebody is troubling us, even if somebody has done wrong to us, we have to be very careful as a devotee, because they are also part and parcel of God. If they have done some one time chanting also Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they become a devotee. So we should be very, very careful while blaspheming, chastising anybody, even though the case may look very genuine. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if we have not done Vaishnava Aparadh, and we are not 16 round chanter, but in our life we have not done Vaishnava Aparadh, we can go back to Godhead. Even if we have not done 16 round chanting or chanting. But it's not easy. Without chanting, we will do Vaishnava Aparadh. Such is the mood of Kali Yuga. Because we are conditioned soul, और अगर chanting नहीं करेंगे, cleaning नहीं होगी, तो अपराध पे अपराध होते रहेगा. But Prahlad Maharaj is showing us the way that even if we have the worst of enemy in front of us, उनका भी भला सोचो. Now, how is this possible, Prabhuji? That's too much. इतना तो नहीं है Prabhuji. हरे कृष्ण. इतना मुश्किल है. मुश्किल है अगर मटेरियली सोचते हैं तो. Our senior acharyas say, if we go via process of bhakti, everything becomes easy. Because bhakti is very simple. It's our mind and so-called intelligence which makes it complicated. So bhakti is very, very simple process. So with this, what Narsingadev did, he gave the benediction of Prahlad Maharaj. He said कि आपके पिता ही नहीं, आपके पिछले 14 जनरेशन, all 16 generations, हिरण्यकशिपु के पिताजी, उनके पिताजी, उनके पिताजी, उनके पिताजी, all 14 generations will be liberated. And what is the reason for that? Because of one pure devotee in the family, Prahlad Maharaj. अगर हमारे फैमिली में एक प्योर डिवोटी आ जाता है तो पूरे खानदान का, we are lucky ones. So every time when we are in family with our kids, we should try to cultivate bhakti in them. Because in the younger age, they learn better. They are more absorbing. As you grow older, we become more rigid. We become more hard-hearted. We have thousands of questions, not inquisitively to understand and improve in bhakti. Questions to actually give excuse to ourselves that why we should not do bhakti. But when you observe kids, when they ask questions, they don't ask you to put you down. They ask questions because they want to learn more. They are plain slate. And as we grow, we become adult, हमारे स्लेट पे बहुत कुछ लिखा जा चुका होता है. ये संप्रदाय तो ये चीज़ तो वो चीज़, ये बाबा जी वो बाबा जी ये चीज़ एंड देन उसको मिटाने में ही जिंदगी चली जाती है. फॉरगेट अबाउट डूइंग भक्ति. इसलिए कहते हैं कि प्रभुपाद बोलते थे कि बच्चों में उस तरह का भक्ति और एम्बियंस जगाना, दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट सर्विस एज अ डिवोटी. इट इज नॉट अ वेरी विजिबल सर्विस. हम घर पे हैं, घर पे तो हमें कोई नहीं दिख रहा है तो अरे हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी आप क्या सर्विस किए हैं, तो उस तरह से पता तो नहीं चलेगा. बट दिस इज बिटवीन अस एंड गॉड, दैट हम अपने चाइल्ड को किस तरह से कोशिश कर रहे हैं. इन आवर ओन लिमिटेशन वी हैव टू डू. ऑल ऑफ अस आर चैलेंज इन आवर ओन वेज, बट द इंटेंट शुड बी देयर टू कल्टिवेट भक्ति इन किड्स सो दैट टुमारो दे बिकम लीडर्स and they also cultivate bhakti in others, and this way the society prospers in terms of bhakti. Not that हमने बच्चों को सीढ़ी पे डाल दिया, वो कहीं कहीं घूम रहे हैं क्योंकि हमें डीटी वर्शिप करनी है. So one of the Maharaj was saying that no, kids are important. They have to be taken care and then you come and do service, because they are also child of God. So प्रहलाद महाराज ने को नरसिंहदेव ने बेनेडिक्शन दे दिया कि आपके 14 पुश्त तक लिबरेटेड हो जाएंगे. सो इट्स लाइक प्रभुपाद गिव्स द एनालॉजी दैट व्हेन द पर्सन इमीडिएटली डाइज इन द वॉर, व्हाट हैपेंस? द गवर्नमेंट टेक्स केयर ऑफ देम एंड द फैमिली थ्रू पेंशन एंड ऑल दैट. सिमिलरली व्हेन द प्योर डिवोटी इज देयर इन द फैमिली, देन द एंटायर पुश्त इज टेकन केयर बाय द लॉर्ड. चिंता की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. So he said that is so important that we cultivate devotion in our family. Now, Prabhupada also says that unqualified guru does not know how to guide the disciple. है ना? Such kind of guru should be rejected. कभी कभी हम लोग इस गुरु के चक्कर में फंस जाते हैं कि अरे कैसे मना करें. He has all those sins but still he is good. आदत सी हो चुकी है, वो नहीं रहेंगे तो जीवन में वॉइड हो जाएगा. Hence I cannot leave. Then our physiological conditioning is that way, then we deserve to have that kind of a guru. We should have the courage to reject the gurus who are not following the parampara, and then look for the bona fide spiritual masters who are following the parampara. And why is that? Because this is what is the injunction of Shastras. And that's where we have to use our intelligence, not get sentimental. एक बार कोई गुरु पकड़ लिया ना, वो गुरु का फॉल डाउन हो भी रहा है तो उन गुरु को पकड़े हुए हैं. श्री प्रभुपाद इज वेरी क्लियर ऑन दैट, बिकॉज द लीडर हैज टू बी स्ट्रांग, देन ओनली फॉलोअर्स विल बी स्ट्रांग. Now, very important point coming to that Bhishma and Drona, they were certainly gurus, but Krishna indirectly was giving indication to Arjun that although they are in the position of guru, but you can reject them. उनका रेज्यूमे तो अभी बताए थे कुछ समय पहले कि इतना स्ट्रांग था. भीष्म पितामह उनके जैसे कोई थे ही नहीं इस वर्ल्ड में. द्रोणाचार्य was the ultimate guru of all. And Krishna is telling reject them. Now Bhishma Pitama, he actually knew everything from the beginning that what Pandavas are going through. All the pain of Pandava he knew. He used to cry. He had huge affection for Pandavas. From the beginning. Arjun तो उनके सबसे चहेते थे. One of the favorites. But then still Krishna was asking to reject Bhishma as guru. एक problem था. The problem with Bhishma was that he was attached to the chair. He was attached to Duryodhana's earning which was given to him. He couldn't get out of that clutch. The earnings which Duryodhana was giving to Bhishma, actually उस earning में पांडवास का भी प्रॉपर्टी था जिस पे दुर्योधन बैठाए हुए थे. But Bhishma was still thinking that I cannot go to the opposite party because I am grateful to the earnings given by Duryodhan, so I have to stay with him. Right? And same was with Dronacharya. कि मुझे हस्तिनापुर नरेश और दुर्योधन मिल करके पाले पोसे हैं, they are giving me money, so I will stay with them. Even though Dronacharya was also affectionate to Pandavas. So they were actually doing the material consideration according to Prabhupada. Now what is material consideration? So Bhishma thought that I am maintained by the money given by Duryodhan. Now he is in danger. If I go to the other side, then I will be ungrateful to him. So that is material consideration. So again, he did not think that while Duryodhan is maintaining him, but the property used by Duryodhan is of Pandavas. So there is a duality in the approach. है ना? तो अपनी सहूलियत अनुसार pick up the based on the convenience we do bhakti ना, we say that कि जब convenience है तो उसके अनुसार भक्ति किए, जब inconvenient है तो भक्ति नहीं किए. So with Bhishma also it was a convenience and he didn't want to, and he had taken that so-called vow, right, that I am not going to leave this सिंहासन no matter what happens. अधर्म भी हो जाएगा, एक अधर्मी आके बैठे हुए हैं, धृतराष्ट्र बैठे हुए हैं, Duryodhan is doing like so much of sins he committed to Pandavas, but Draupadi in the darbar, we all know. Still, Bhishma was stuck with the material consideration. So, see in Antilila, chapter 6, shloka number 278, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioning, Visharina ana khaile malina hayamana malina mana haile na he Krishnera samarana. Very, very important point Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions. Please listen carefully. When one eats the food offered by the materialistic man, one's mind becomes contaminated. And when mind is contaminated, one is unable to think of Krishna. चाहे आप कोई भी हो, अगर किसी मेटेरियलिस्टिक के हाथों खाना खा लिए सो कॉल्ड, तो आपका माइंड पॉल्यूटेड हो जाएगा. भीष्मा वॉज इन कॉन्स्टेंट एसोसिएशन ऑफ, द्रोणाचार्य वॉज इन कॉन्स्टेंट एसोसिएशन ऑफ. सो ऑब्वियसली अकॉर्डिंग टू चैतन्य महाप्रभु, they are not able to think of Krishna properly after that, even though their portfolio was very good. So what is the learning for all of us here? Sometimes in the garb of mode of goodness, that I am doing this charity to the society, I am a very good father, I am a very good employee, I am very good at this, I am very good at that. Hence, I can do little sense gratification. Escape route. अपने आप को धोखा देना. The position of Bhishma and Dronacharya is questioned by Krishna, and he is telling that to Arjuna to reject. Then who are we? Sometimes in the garb of mode of goodness, we give ourselves excuse, and it's a very unfortunate affair, because being so much conditioned in our life, coming from that material side, living onion garlic, living non-veg, living the so-called titillated way of enjoying things, movies, cricket, association of my fun-loving friends, coming this side, spending evening Friday, which is a very high time in Bangalore, and coming and hearing about Krishna, it's tapasya. दिल पे हाथ रख के बोलिए, ये क्या मतलब बाय डिफॉल्ट अच्छा लगता है? शुरू में आते हैं, डिफॉल्ट अच्छा कहाँ लगता है? बाहर जाकर के पानी पूरी खाना, है ना, बाहर जाकर के मजे लेना, गप्पे मारना, दोस्तों के बीच गप्पे मारना पॉलिटिक्स को लेकर के. दैट्स लाइक इमीडिएटली उसमें समय का भी पता नहीं चलेगा. और उस तरह की कंडीशनिंग को छोड़ के तोड़ते हुए आकर के इस पोजीशन पे आना जहां पे वी आर एक्चुअली कमिंग एंड हियरिंग अबाउट कृष्णा, and after that again we are doing mix up in terms of our sadhana to our little sense gratification, which Drona and Bhishma also did. So it's the same elephant story. We went to the river, elephant goes to the river, घंटों बिताता है अपने आप को, अपने बड़े शरीर को नहाने में, सूंड से पानी डालते रहता है, tons and tons of water, keeps cleaning, and then comes out of the water river and then takes the mud and satyanash. So when he went in, he was with mud, came out, he is with mud. So he went all circle, big circle, but displacement didn't happen, came back to the same point. So here, see, Shastras is beautiful way of learning for us. We should not get bored when we are reading Shastras. All the corporate learnings and all in IT world or this we have in Bangalore is based on the Shastras, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam only. यहाँ पे सब कुछ दिया है कहने को. If by the way, when we are reading this and we are telling about this, thanks to our Acharya and Parampara that we have, they have the realization through which we are able to speak this way. If on our own we are reading this, it would have been just like a kindergarten story. प्रहलाद महाराज आए, नरसिंह देव को मार दिए, उसके बाद अच्छाई की बुराई पे जीत हुई. That's it. But if not for Shastras, if not for spiritual master, if not for gurus, we will never have this kind of a realization what is bhakti all about and how to get out of this bubble of material realm. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly mentioned कि एसोसिएशन मटेरियलिस्ट आदमी के साथ करोगे तो पॉल्यूटेड हो जाओगे, चाहे आप भीष्म हो या द्रोणाचार्य. So Prabhupada says such great personality became darkened because they took money from materialist. So Bhishma and Drona became darkened. If I am provided by somebody who is too much of materialist, then that will affect and one will also become materialist. तो हमें बड़ा केयरफुल रहना पड़ेगा कि हम किससे क्या लेते हैं. Prabhupada says, for example, Brahmana and Vaishnavas cannot directly take anything from anybody. They take bhiksha. और भिक्षा में लेते हैं. Kshatriyas are not supposed to take. लेकिन भिक्षा में भी केयरफुल रहना पड़ता है, but in the end they take bhiksha, through bhiksha, not like directly ask. So we have to be very careful in terms of whom we are taking help. फर्ज कीजिए या we are devotee and we need to make or construct house. In the name of that we took loan from somebody who is rowdy. But we are devotee. We come to Sunday feast. Right? We have prasadam. Now loan we have taken and we are not able to give on time and all. Now that person who is a materialist, He'll start putting anxiety on us, which will affect our bhakti. We cannot chant properly because I don't know when he will knock the door. So, what is meant is that outside when we go and practically live, the association there also is very important when you are not in bhakti center. Whom you are seeking for help, आप उनसे हेल्प मत लीजिए जो जिंदगी भर आपको सुनाते रहे, देखो मैंने तुम्हारा हेल्प किया था, एंड यू आर काइंड ऑफ ब्लैकमेल्ड. उससे भी हमारा साधना पे इफेक्ट होता है. सो वी हैव टू कीप आवर लाइफ सिंपल. वन ऑफ द सीनियर वैष्णवास सेज दैट डू नॉट टेक लोन. घर का लोन वगैरह तो लेना ही नहीं चाहिए, पैसे जमा करके खरीदिए जैसे पुराने जमाने में होता था. The moment we take loan, what happens? We are caught in that vicious circle that we have to do job, and then because we have to pay the loan, hence I have to stretch on my work. Then I have to do 6 to 7, 6 to 8 in the evening, 6 to 9 in the evening, 6 to 10 in the evening, other than the day work. Then evening का आरती चला गया, रात को 12 बजे तक काम किए, सुबह का मंगल आरती परफेक्ट हो गया. वाई? बिकॉज वी टुक लोन. वाई नॉट? माई अदर फ्रेंड्स ऑल्सो टुक लोन. दे हैव 2 फ्लैट्स. आई डोंट हैव इवन 1. आई ऑल्सो पीयर प्रेशर. दैट्स ऑल. पीयर प्रेशर. दैट्स द लॉजिक ऑफ टेकिंग लोन. सो दुर्योधन, भीष्मा और द्रोणा भी दुर्योधन से लोन ले लिए. और क्या लोन लिए? ऐसा फंसे कि पूरी महाभारत हो गई. और वहां भी हमारे लिए सीख है. ऑल दीज आर सिंबॉलिक, दीज आर लीलास, बट हमारे लिए सीख है कि हाउ एज अ डिवोटी वी शुड कीप आवर लाइफ सिंपल. खासकर बैंगलोर में, वेयर पदम पदम विपदम, पदम पदम शाइनीनेस इज देयर. यू टॉक एंड सिट एंड टॉक टू एनीबडी, they will talk like, I have 2 flats, I have job of this salary, I have gone to US and lived there for 3 years, my kid is in US studying in some university. प्रेशर 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 प्रेशर. सडनली आप सोचें कि आप अपने बच्चे को इंडिया में पढ़ाएंगे, सडनली अच्छा यूएस में इजी है, नाउ इट्स लाइक अंडर प्रेशर. आई थिंक आई हैव टू ऑल्सो सेंड माई किड टू यूएस, राइट? या आई एम मिसिंग ऑन समथिंग. एंग्जाइटी, प्रेशर प्रेशर एंग्जाइटी. Rather than talking about Krishna, we are talking about all this. And Krishna has planned everything for us. जब माँ के वूम में हम थे तो माँ को पता था कि बच्चा कैसे बड़ा हो रहा है. इट वॉज लाइक अ ब्लैक बॉक्स, कुछ नहीं माँ को पता था. लेकिन जैसे ही बच्चा माँ के गर्भ से बाहर आता है, देन मदर टेक्स द कंट्रोल एज इफ शी इज डूइंग एवरीथिंग फॉर हर. बट फैक्ट इज कृष्णा इज कंट्रोलिंग. सो वी गेट इनटू दिस काइंड ऑफ मिराज कि हम सब कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं. सो समटाइम्स वी थिंक टू मच कि मेरे बच्चों का क्या होगा, बच्चों के बच्चों का क्या होगा, उनके बच्चों का क्या होगा, तो सबके लिए रखना चाहिए. एंड वी ट्राई टू कंट्रोल थिंग्स. एंड देन विल बिकम लाइक भीष्मा एंड द्रोणा. इवन दो वी आर गुड एट हार्ट, even though our resume is great, even though we are nice people, good devotees, but we get stuck, we are in this rot of pressure with the association of negative people. So we have to use our intelligence and be careful and seek help of our gurus, right? So in summary, on the whole, Arjuna was illusion in the sense that he was forgetting his duty. As a Kshatriya, his duty was to fight, not to become renunciate and go to forest. So, what is the learning for us to conclude? We are actually, all of us are looking for the guru in our life. But one thing to observe is, looking at guru is one thing, but more than that, we have to become better shishya. Shishya, shishtachar. डिसाइपल, डिसिप्लिन, बोथ गोज हैंड इन हैंड. पहले हमें अपने आप को सुधारना है कि हम गुरु के लायक बन पाए. समटाइम्स इट हैपन्स दैट पीपल कम टू ISKCON एंड देन दे से दैट ओ आई ऑलरेडी हैव माई गुरु, सो नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. वाई? बिकॉज दैट गुरु ना, ही इज डूइंग एवरीथिंग फॉर मी, ही इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग. आई डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग. luxury. Hence that guru. But here we have to do chanting, here we have to do so. I compared, did Pugh metrics, we call it now corporate world, did comparative analysis, found that to be more convenient. Hence I chose that guru. वहाँ भी business लगा दिए. So, where is the Shistachar? Where is the discipline as a Shishya? We are totally exploiting that part. And we want a great guru for us. If we do not follow the discipline and Shistachar, then how can we deserve a bona fide spiritual master? So, Prabhuji, Mataji, we have to prepare ourselves. पहले हम अपने आप को उस लायक बनाएं कि जहां भगवान हमारी तरफ देखें और हमारी तरफ प्रभुपाद जैसे मैसेंजर्स भेजें, है ना, हमारे आचार्य भेजें, उनकी कृपा छाए हम पे पड़े, हम उस लायक बने. Sometimes we demand more than command. We should be have that kind of position where we deserve to get initiated, for example. We should not take this lightly. This is about heart-to-heart connection. This is not about business. कि मैं इतने सालों से भक्ति में हूँ, मुझे इनिशिएशन नहीं मिला, मैं इतने सालों से भक्ति में मेरी पूछ नहीं हो रही है. For that, then go to corporate world. वहाँ पे आप अपना बनाइए, आपकी पूछ होगी इनिशिएशन, आपको जो करना है आप वहाँ. Here it's about giving, not about taking. Give, give, give. In give only taking happens automatically, which we are not targeting for, but that automatically happens. So the very concocted great example is the ready-made food versus homemade food. है ना, हम जब शॉर्टकट में गुरु ढूंढते हैं तो रेडीमेड फूड की तरह ढूंढते हैं कि सब कुछ प्लेटर में मिल जाए. तो रेडीमेड फूड का भी साइड इफेक्ट वैसे ही होता है, इट्स नॉट फ्रेश. बट होममेड फूड मेहनत पड़ती है, खुद से मसाला डालना है, खुद से बर्तन धोना है, सब कुछ करना है, ऑफर करना है, एंड देन वी इनटेक इट. सिमिलरली एज अ डिसाइपल ऑल्सो वी हैव टू वर्क टुवर्ड्स दैट. रीड शास्त्रा, डू चैंटिंग, follow the 4 regulative principles, and when we do that sincerely, enthusiastically, in a determined way, तो क्यों प्रभुपाद की प्रतिछाया नहीं पड़ेगी हम पे? पड़ेगी, जरूर पड़ेगी. So with that, I would like to conclude for today. Sorry, I took a bit more time. So please forgive me for my any saying here if I offended you in any way. I didn't meant to do that. I'm here to serve Srila Prabhupada's mission and in my own limited way because of Srila Prabhupada trying to do so. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all goes to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Any pointers or any comments or questions? Next 2 minutes, otherwise we'll wrap up. Yes, Mataji, that is the ultimate goal, that how we come out of at the bodily level, because when we see that people are jealous of us, then we are still thinking at body level. If inside we realize they are soul and they are part and parcel of Krishna, and it is just, and when that happens to us, actually what is between with them is between them and Krishna. It's their Leela, it's their pastime, we don't know. But when such kind of situation we face, that means Krishna is testing us through Maya Devi. Some weaknesses we have still, hence those exams come. It's not to put us down, it's actually to put us up. And when we don't go through such exams, then we will always, probably there will be a bigger problem in hand. So through small challenges also Krishna is testing us, where actually we don't break down. We elasticity wise will be still there then and there, but it will be uncomfortable. And in that, if we still think in terms of it's okay, it has come because it's Krishna's plan. And on the hindsight, if you roll the clock 1 month, 2 months, 1 year down the line and pick up that same incident which happened with us, Mataji, you will see that, and most of the time, if we are sincere towards devotion, we will definitely see that great that happened to us. That made me a better person, that made me a better devotee. Even a very simple example, but very sensitive one could be that sometimes untimely our parents go away from this world, right? And हम लोग बहुत क्षतिग्रस्त हो जाते हैं, आहत हो जाता है. We are like, why this happened to me? And life goes upside down materially. We get exposed to the world. But we roll the clock 5 years, 10 years down the line, and we look back, we see that, oh, when that happened, when my father went away untimely, actually it has made me a better person, a more responsible person, a better devotee, more control in terms of how I want to move in my bhakti. So even though it was painful in that moment, but in bigger scheme of things in Krishna's plan, it's always positive. Hare Krishna.
I have one thought.
Yes.
So 10,000 years of golden age, it starts from the beginning of Kali Yuga or from when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes?
When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and that Harinam Sankirtan started, Prabhuji, from there 10,000. You are safe right now. And in human form also. Great opportunity. Yes, and that's what, and ISKCON will be there for 10,000 years and this will go away after that. So that's how it is. So there is an urgent situation, but not that urgent for this birth. We have a chance. Hare Krishna. So we'll like to conclude here in the interest of time. Once again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share about Krishna's Bhagavad Gita. And once again, all goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga, all goes to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.